we are asked to check the validity of given statements by the method given against them. So the first one we have to test using method of contradiction. So what I have to do is I have to assume that negation P is true. Then I have to prove that it's contradicting itself, and I have to then if I showed that it's contradicting itself, then our work is done. Then that means this is negation P is false, which means P is true. So for the first one, this is contradiction method. So what I'll do is I'll assume negation P is true. So that is I'll assume the sum of irrational number and rational number is not irrational. That means it's rational. So let's say there is rational number R, or okay, I'll say some rational number A. This is rational. Let's say B is irrational. So assuming negation P is true, that means A plus B is equal to something C. C is rational here. So this is what I assume to be true. Now from this I'll get A plus B is equal to C. Now B is equal to C minus A. We know that difference between two rational numbers is rational. This is rational, but B is irrational. A irrational can't be equal to rational number, so that means this is false. We got a contradiction here. That means our assumption is wrong. Our assumption is negation P is true, so this is wrong. That means negation P is false. That means P is true. P is true. That means a sum of rational number and irrational number is irrational. So this is done. Now we have to do second part, this one. So for this what I will do is, even here we are asked the same method. So if n is a real number with n greater than 3, then n square greater than 9. I will assume negation Q is true. So that implies n is greater than 3, but n square is less than 9. This is what I will assume to be true. Now what I will do is, n is greater than 3, so n can be written as 3 plus t, some t. Now this t is a positive number here, t is greater than 0. Now n square will be equal to 3 plus t whole square, which is equal to 9 plus 6t plus t square, which means 9 plus some positive number, which means n square is greater than 9, which is a contradiction to our assumption here. So therefore that means we got a contradiction here. That means n square is greater than 9, which means this is true. Q is true. I mean negation of negation Q is true. Therefore Q is true.